Hi all, welcome to Design Engineers Telugu. From this video, I will explain about assembly design in CATIA. Okay, so first let us see how to get into assembly design. Okay, so for this, what we have to do is we need to click on Start Mechanical Design, and then we need to click on Assembly Design. Okay, just if you click on this, you can able to get into assembly design. Okay, so first of all, let us see what is meant by assembly. Okay, so generally till now we have created parts in part design, right? Okay, so those are, we are calling it as part. Okay, so it's a single part. Okay, if you add some number of parts into one particular product, that we can call it as assembly. Or if you assemble some number of components into a single assembly, that we can call it as product. Okay, so if you see here in the upper left corner, here you can able to see it as product. Earlier what we used to have here, it used to appear as part. Okay, suppose if you click on window and see here we have part. Okay, just click on this, see here we have part. Okay, so it's a individual part. If you add some number of parts into a product, that will become a assembly. Okay, so generally the purpose of assembly is to combine different components from the different modules. Suppose for example, if you take a car. Okay, in a car we can able to see engine, we can able to see body, you can able to see tires. Okay, electrical system. Okay, like that we have different type of components we have. Okay, so all the parts we can't create in a single module. Suppose if we take a body. Okay, body we need to create by using a wireframe and a sheet metal design. Okay, like that if you see engine we can create in a part module. Okay, if you see, if you take a electrical equipment, that we can create in a electrical module. Like this, okay, whatever the individual parts we required, those we will create in individual modules, and then we will bring all of them into a single product, and we will make a assembly, then final product will comes out. Okay, so now as we have discussed now, okay, we can't create components over here. Generally if you want to create anything, you can go for a part design, or you can go for sheet metal, or you can go for electrical, whatever. Okay, but basically we won't create components here. Okay, so basically we will bring components from the different modules. So now let us see how to import components from the other modules. Or if you take, if you already created something, if you have saved something in your system, then you can able to bring all those parts here. Okay, so now let us see how to import them. Okay, how to bring them here. So for this, what you can do here is you need to go for insert, and then if you see here we have existing component. Okay, suppose if you want to import existing component, you can click here and we can import. And before that, one thing you should remember, if you click on existing component, you can able to bring your parts here. Okay, before that you need to remember one thing, like before starting assembly, you should save something in your system, then only you can able to bring them here. Okay, just click on existing component, then you need to click on this product. Okay, if you click on this product, you can able to see one. See, earlier I have created one folder, and in that folder I have saved some components like this. Okay, suppose if you want to open this base, just select the base and click on open. Okay, so now your product got opened. Okay, so it's our product. Okay, so now if you see any component in space, it will be having 6 degree of freedoms. Okay, suppose if you take this part. Okay, I want to move this, so for this I'm going to move. In this we have manipulation, just click on this, and here we have the 6 degree of freedoms. Okay, in x direction you can move forward and backward, y direction you can move forward and backward, z direction also you can move forward and backward. Okay, so like that, in x direction you can rotate, y direction you can rotate, and z direction also you can able to rotate. Okay, so like this, suppose if I want to move this part like this. Okay, so like this you can able to move your component. Okay, So depend upon your requirement, you will keep degree of freedom for your component. Suppose if you don't want to move this product, then you will go for constraints and you will fix that by using the constraints. Okay, in the next video I will explain that how to give constraints for your component. Suppose if you take this part, I don't want to move this part. Okay, if I add another part over here, okay, that part should be rotate over here. Okay, or it can able to translate. Okay, so like that, whatever the degree of freedom you want to give, those you can able to implement over here. Okay, so that we will discuss in the next video. So now if you want to check how many degree of freedom you have, okay, what you have to do, you have to go for analyze, and here we have update and constraints. Okay, and then you have degree of freedom. Okay, don't click on this, just click on constraint. If you click on constraints, you will get a window like this. Okay, so if you see this one, here we have degree of freedom. Okay, so just click on degree of freedom, and now how many degree of freedom we have? We have 6 degrees of freedom. Okay, just click on this. If you give double click on that, you can able to read how many degree of freedom we have. See here, this part 1 has 6 degrees of freedom, 3 rotations and 3 translations. Okay, so these are the 6 degree of freedom we have. Suppose for example, if I want to fix this component, in constraints we have fixed component, just click on fixed component and select your component. Okay, then it will get fixed. Then now if you check for degree of freedom, you can go for analyze and constraints. Here you will get the same window. Now just click on degrees of freedom. See, now it is not showing any degree of freedom. Okay, so now if you want to add another part, in the same way we can able to go for a insert and existing component. Like this you can able to import your component, or else you can right click on this product, then components. Here we have existing component. Okay, like this also you can able to import your component. Okay, just click on existing component. In the same way it will direct to your existing folder. Okay, wherever you have saved your files earlier, it will direct to there, or else you need to search. Okay, so you can go for your desktop and you can able to find your folder, and you can able to select the component whichever you want, and then click on open. Okay, simply you can able to bring your component like this. Okay, or else if it is opened somewhere else, suppose if you see, I will take another part. Here I will go for part 1, and here I will import my part over here. Suppose if you take uh, ellipse. Okay, this is a one different part. Okay, so now instead of going for assembly, and instead of searching for that component, suppose if you have already opened that component, you can directly right click on that, and you can able to copy the component, and you can able to paste it over here. Just right click and paste. Like this also you can able to import your component. Okay, instead of searching it, you can able to import like this. Okay, so if it is already open, you can able to do that, or else you can able to go for insert, and you can able to click on existing component. You can able to search your component, you can able to get it here. Okay, so these are the different methods to import component or parts into your assembly. In the next video I will explain that how to fix different degrees of freedom. Okay, so that you can able to fix any type of component in your assembly. Okay, so thank you all, thank you for watching, have a nice day, bye.